Hey, Rain here. Today is yet again another build showcase, and it's Thalys. Today I'm going to show you 3 builds. So, let us immediately start. The first build is the Exposure build. The mods I'm using here, so we have Condition Overload for melee damage plus test type. This is mandatory, raw damage, prime reach for range, mandatory. Blood Rush and VP wounds for lost dash chance, critical chance per call multiplier, mandatory. Prime Fever Strike for Toxin, Vicious Frost for Cold and Toxin is going to give us viral damage. Berserker's Fury for attack speed. This mod here is the mod you can remove for a Riven, and Galvanized Steel for critical chance critical damage. And that's it. These are the mods. For the Axe Weapon Adapter is going to be any Tenokai. Arcane is going to be melee exposure for a lot of corrosion damage on melee strikes when you spam abilities. The passive, it's Incarnon. It tells you you can press the L-Fire button in the middle mouse to transform it from the base form to the Incarn form. We're going to talk about it very soon. Now for the stats on the base form. The attack speed is above average, very good. Range is above average, also very good. Follow through is horrible, it's truly bad. Riven Dispo is horrible, but if you have a Riven or really want to use a Riven, crit chance, crit damage, attack speed, and you're going to remove Berserker's Fury. Critical chance is good, critical damage is good, stat chance is okayish, and total damage is good. Now for the Incarn stuff, it's faster, it's longer, and it has the exact same stats here. Yep, the exact same stats. More attack speed and more range, and that's it. These are the stats, the passive, the mods, arcane, and now for the second build. The second build is the Influence build. The mods I'm using here, so instead of corrosion damage, viral damage, we're going to remove these two mods for give us Elementalist for stats damage or stat chance, and Shocking Touch for electricity, and that's it. Everything else here stays the same. These are the mods. Arcane, instead of exposure for corrosion damage, we're going to use Influence to spread status effects, elemental status effects in 20 radius for 18 seconds, and this is going to help us out a lot with clear. Now for the stats, instead of corrosion viral, it's going to be pure electricity. There you go. The stats, passive, mods, arcane, and now for the final build. And the final build is the Afflictions build. The mods I'm using here, so we're going to keep Gavan's Elementalist, but we're going to remove Shocking Touch for Prime Fever Strike for Toxin damage. And that's it. Everything else here stays the same. This is a Tenokai heavy attack build, so we're going to use Afflictions. Every time you do a heavy attack, you can see right here, we're going to knock down enemies, and the final heavy attack also flunks enemies. And when you flung or knock down, you're going to proc 6 additional stacks of Toxin. We do have Toxin, so we're going to do a lot of damage. That's the Arcane, and for the stats, instead of electricity damage, corrosion, viral, it's going to be pure Toxin. There you go. The stats, passive, mods, arcane, and now it's time for me to show you the Evos. For the Evos, let's start with the first one. Reach 6x combo, do a heavy attack, and you will transform the weapon from the base form to the current form. You're going to get more range and more attack speed. Second Evo, increase your attack speed. You can also grab this one, but I don't recommend because of the weapon's horrible follow through. Evo 3 is going to be +1 combo count on shard damage. When you transform the weapon into the Incarnate form, when you do damage, you will apply shards onto enemies. Those shards don't really do much. They don't scale that high. They don't scale with mods. They don't scale with combo. They cannot crit. You have to use like Rifle Advanced to allow them to crit. But they are not really that good at DPS. They just exist. Sadly, they're not good. So we're going to only utilize the shards for the combo count, and that's pretty much it. The whole shard system on this weapon is a complete failure, sadly. Evo 3, instead of 6x combo, it's going to be 3x combo to get the Incarnate stuff. And Evo 4, it doesn't really matter. All of them are horrible. This one is like crowd control into a little bit more damage. This one is when you do a heavy attack, you will detonate all shards that were on enemies. Does no damage. And the final one gives you like 100% flat, not flat, gives you additive critical chance, which is unnoticeable to the damage calculation. It's also not good as well. It doesn't really matter what you pick here. All of this is garbage. But yeah, these are the Evos. And now it's time for me to show you these 3 builds against the units. Alright, let's start. This is the first build, the Metal Exposure build. I'm going to spawn level 205, Steel Path, or Kimberly Dudes. No buffs armor strip. First things first, we're going to spam abilities to get melee exposure stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 240 increased corrosion damage. And now we need combo and stacks. So you won't be doing much, but once you reach 3x, press the heavy attack button like this, and you will transform it from the base form to the Incarn form. Now it's longer and faster, as you can see. We also have Tenokai. Every time the sword pops, you're going to press the heavy attack button, and you will do a lot of damage. As you can see, 3.6 million. This is also buffless. Let me show you again. Combo first. Beautiful. Heavy attack. Nope. That wasn't Tenokai. This is Tenokai. Beautiful. These doodlies. Boop. It's good. It's also the best two-handed scythe right now. It is Incarnon. And yeah, it works. That's the first build. Now for the second one. The problems I have with this weapon is going to be the stance and the follow through. It isn't good. Plus the shard system is kinda a failure. Respawn these dudes. We need to get combo 3x. There it is. Get the Incarnon thing. We're going to spread the electricity in a large radius thanks to influence. With buffs, this is going to be much better and quicker. Let me show you again. Respawn. Get combo. Spread the electricity in a large radius. Beautiful. Tenokai is also going to help us here. And the clear, as you can see, is also good. That's the second build. Now for the final one. Afflictions. Respawn these doodlies. Hit, 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 hit. 3x combo. Heavy attack. Beautiful. We need to get some stacks. Heavy attack. Boom. And these guys are gone. Boop. Goodbye, doodlies. This is for the Afflictions enjoyers. I'm not a big fan of Afflictions. It has locations where it doesn't really do much. But for people that like Afflictions, this weapon isn't half bad with Afflictions, as you can see. With buffs, of course, I don't have to repeat myself, it's going to be much better. And there you go. Those are 3 builds, and now it's time for me to show you the influence build against the Steel Path enemies. So, let's go. And we're in. I'm up against the corrupted enemies, mod survival, Steel Path. Going to show you this build. This is a buffless build. I will not be using any buffs. There's no need. This weapon does absolutely fine. It has Tenokai, which is going to help me with single target. We have influence for clear. The stats on it are solid. The problem, like I said, I have with this weapon is the follow through being 40%, which is horrible. You will sometimes see like a red crit of 7, which is hilarious. Thanks to the follow through, and the stance isn't really that impressive. They need to look into the stance. The stance truly isn't that good. All the numbers on the stance need to be at least 100 more. Like if you see like 100, that should be 200. If you see like 300, that should be 400 to compete with other melee stances. But I don't believe D is going to do that. They haven't looked into melee stances for a very long time, and I don't believe they care. They don't. We saw what they did to Ambassador, the so-called buffs, didn't get anything, and we also saw what they did to the two-handed Nikana, we barely get any change. Still feels the same, but yeah. The weapon does an absolutely solid job, as you can see. Clears really well thanks to influence. It's fast as well, which is a massive compliment to the weapon. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Goodbye, doodly. Boop. Boop, boop. Alright. Let's wait for Aki Boy to spawn now. Aki Boy! Do. Alright, Icky boy. Surprise me. Where is he? Upstairs? He's gone. There we go. Eki boy is gone. Boop-a-doop-boop-boo. And I believe you guys seen enough. That's the weapon. Time for me to leave, boys. And be right back. And there you go. Thalys works. If you like the weapon, go for it. That's the weapon in the builds. I hope you guys enjoyed the builds. Leave a like and sub, and of course, see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.